Invasive and Intrusive relatives. Have you ever had an experience in which the relatives of your clients have decided to orchestrate everything on the wedding day? What is your advice for brides to be?
Get new relatives. Works. Just go, hey, don't like you no more. Go on Facebook, buy new ones.
That's interesting.
Hello, my name's Wale Gates. I'm a wedding MC, master of ceremony, comedian, entertainer, basically. I've been doing this for 15 years. 15 years now. I feel old, but I'm loving it. That's but I mean, my rule is don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. Emotion is the enemy of logic. So, because my first rule as a wedding MC is that I know that weddings are emotional times. Everyone is, from personal experience, my wife and I didn't talk a week leading to the wedding.
Yeah.
That's how much
Really?
argument we had. The first time we started talking, in fact, we were going for marriage counseling and we weren't talking.
No way.
That's how crazy it was. We weren't talking because we had stressed so much.
Yeah.
We started talking at the reception. Even when we're doing vows.
Oh my God.
No
we're
way,
doing vows,
Wale.
We're doing vows to the pastor. Not to us.
So how did you kiss?
It was just like, seriously, I would have kissed
First
the pastor.
kiss.
Said,
First kiss.
I think I should have just kissed the pastor. And
Hi, my name is Satonya Deru and I am the founder of SD Weddings Management. We are a wedding planning and on a day coordination company. I absolutely love what I do. Coordinating, planning, taking on all the stress. Yes, I absolutely love it. For me, it's about relationship, and that's what mums will always say, that group of coordinators or planners, we really like them, and they will talk highly of us because we were respectful, but we were great at what we did, and that's how we handle the people.
Emotional times. So you, as the wedding MC, my job is to realize that I cannot be emotional with them.
Yeah.
I have to be logical.
And
So
you take charge of the day as well.
I have to take charge. I don't. So whatever because they want it to be fun.
Yes.
They want it to be. They have dreamt about this day for ages. So when they're coming with their dreams. They are over dream and over planning to come and land on the place, and they're coming with their emotions. They're also coming with their whatever family drama is happening backstage or back. Maybe they want to show off to that family, or this family wants to show off to this family.
Yeah.
So they're coming with their politics, family politics. My job is to not get involved in it. My job is to make sure I just stay logical. I just think to myself, what do we want to do now? And we follow that. It's not easy because sometimes, seriously, especially if you're dealing with Africans, they would want to still bully you into submission, into doing that thing that the bride doesn't want that. The bride has already told you, seriously, maybe my father would want this, or my mother would want to do this. Do not let them. Now you know that, but the man is feeling like I paid for this,
So I have a right.
I should be able to do whatever I want. So your job is to strike that balance. You should be able to telling a full-grown African man that you cannot do what he wants. That he can't do it. Seriously.
But when do they come up to you though? When do they come to you and say, look, MC, I paid for this. I want you to say this, this and that. When do they come up to you? Hello everyone. My name is Olasheke Stafasai. I run a catering company called The Food Connoisseurs. We've been going on now for at least 10 good years, and we're still going strong. We pride ourselves as a premium catering company because of the quality of food and service that we provide at your weddings and all your events.
So with Africans, they can do it anytime. They're emotional. So
But they're not going to come up to you though while you're doing your work and say,
Oh no, they do.
Mr.
That's the
MC.
thing.
They
They're
do.
emotional.
Oh yeah, they do.
So they don't.
They even signal to you sometimes.
That's sometimes halfway into your conversation, there's a guy just standing here
Honestly.
just doing, and you're thinking, oh no, don't, just step away before you tell me whatever you want to tell me now. Tell me, and you have to be tactful about it and go, you okay, And sometimes some of them just come and tell you straight away, there and there, and your job is not to get. Sometimes some of those things will wind you up. Some of those things will really, really wind you up, and you kind of go, don't do this. don't come and give me this information.
Yeah.
That is not necessarily. Or they go. I've had cases where one of their friends or one of the friends came to meet me. MC, you're wasting time. Hurry up.
What?
He came to tell me that as I was talking, he stood there and said it in front of everyone.
Oh
MC,
my
hurry up, you're wasting
God.
time. We don't want to sleep here. Now, how do you just have to go, okay, and just move on. And now you don't know whether, you have to decide whether to continue, and he's still standing there because he wants you to stop.
But
Now,
I think your job is easier because at least you're an MC, so you can make a joke out of it.
Hi, my name's Sandra Akanta. Well, previously, now I'm Ukwe. I had my white wedding at the Jumeirah Hotel in Sloane Square, and the wedding kind of took off more than I was expecting. It was like a social media extravaganza. It's been featured on many blogs, wedding.
Make a joke out of it. Someone who's a coordinator, if they come and tell you something rude, I find it's harder for you to maybe respond to them in a polite way. At least you're on the stage. If someone says you're wasting time, you can make a joke out of it and everyone can laugh and you just carry on with your schedule.
it sounds like you can.
No?
You can.
As long as you.
But you have to be
don't
very
detach the
tactical about it
emotions.
too.
Yeah, no,
Because if you react straight away, you might say something that sounds like a joke in your head.
But it doesn't come off as a
It doesn't
joke.
come off as a joke, really. It sounds rude because you're just, and
You're just
the
firing
first
away.
rule is make sure sometimes you don't say the first thing that comes to your head. Because the
Yeah,
first
you
thing
do
that
have
comes to your head
to
sometimes,
kind of.
Yeah.
it's something.
Pause.
Because
And then-
it's just voices, the parrot on your shoulder, just dash him in nicely. I think you just give, that's what your Bible says, just that, and
Yeah.
don't do that. These people come with big egos, especially if you're dealing with Africans. They come, especially if they've flown in from abroad. They've come with big egos. They're not used to people telling them,
Calm down.
calm down.
Yeah.
What? I've been told, I would tell them to walk you out of this place.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now what do you do?
What do you
get,
say?
No, you don't get angry there. You
Yeah.
just go, I'm not gonna get emotional. This guy is getting emotional. I have to be logical. I'm here to do a job. I have to stick
Yeah.
to what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, if you get angry, or if you get angry, that one person has spoiled the day for everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they don't know.
Because
what
you're going to
happened.
act on that.
So
And that's
then
how the day's
so
going to
why
go.
would you do that? And the bride and groom, they want a fantastic day.
Yeah.
So never let that one person.
Ruin the whole day.
It doesn't matter if it's the mom or the dad or no. You have a rule, stick with it.
Lucky you can talk your way out of things.
Oh yeah.
I, for one, I deal with the food bit of a wedding, and you know it. Everyone's gone to church. It's been a long day. They're taking pictures. They're starving.
Yeah.
And they're coming to the venue. They can see the food well laid out, smelling nice, and everyone just wants to buy.
Yes.
I'm always on time. We pride ourselves on, you see me at an event an hour too early rather than a minute late. I don't do it. Even in my personal life, I'm the chick that will get there a day before. And you're like, okay, but the event is tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I just didn't want to be stuck in traffic. That's who I am. So I make sure that my staff, that's how they've been trained as well. But you can't do anything. You have to wait for the MC to tell you that, look, now we're going to start serving the tables. So table 1, 2, 3, make your way to the buffet table. But then people come up to you straight from church, before the arrival of the bride and groom, before the arrival of the parents, before anyone. They don't go to the church. Most of these people don't even go to the church. They might not even know the bride and groom, as long as you know. They just hear, there's a wedding today. It's the food connoisseur, so we're going to show up, because we want to be fed. And they come up to you. Can we eat now? Like, I'm sorry, you can't. You have to be tactical, because you know that, number one, you're not the bride, you're not the groom, you're not even their relatives. You're just an invited guest. You're not following the order of the day. I'm like, no, we have to wait for the bride and groom to dancing. The MC has to tell us when to start serving and all of that. But they don't want to hear that. They're just like, look, we have been waiting all day. We've gone to the church. We're now here. We're waiting. They haven't come, but we're hungry. Okay, my children are here. They're hungry. What do you do then? Or an auntie comes that I'm sure the bride hasn't seen since she was born, and it goes, oh, but it is my niece's wedding, and we need to eat. But I can't serve you. We can't start service now until we're told to do that. Or then you have another auntie come to the back to meet you in your kitchen, my workspace, and they go to you, do you know we paid for this wedding? It is my niece's wedding. Why can't we eat? I'm like, it's not as easy as that. I can't just open up and start service. How would you feel if it's your event, you're coming, you haven't even arrived, your invited guests are not seated. They don't even know where they're being seated. And you're just coming from church, dancing, and you see everybody eating. No one's going to welcome you in. No one's going to have time to focus on you. It's your day. The bride and groom won't want that. The attention is on, I'm hungry, I need to eat now. You won't want that. So it takes a lot of effort not to lose your cool. Especially when they come to you not once, not twice. They keep barraging you in the kitchen and like, okay, we need to eat now. What are you going to do? We need to eat now. I'm like, well, you have to wait. They have to come in. They have to dance. They have to tell us when to start.
Also to do with the bride and groom a bit themselves, because from my own wedding, what I saw was, I knew at the traditional it was going to be crazy. Like I knew people would just be flinging jollof rice here, pounded yam here, there and everywhere. So even though I gave instructions to Bola, to the caterer, please don't serve until we've done the traditional. As soon as, well, we didn't really say I do. I got the Bible. That was it. The MC said, okay, now we're going to pray for the food. People were already out in the foyer eating. But I wasn't so strict with telling people, like even the bridesmaids, you know, I wasn't so strict with that. But at the white wedding, I was like, look, please, you guys, can you try and kind of make sure that people are okay, they're entertained. So what I did was I gave them alcohol just to kind of entertain them to do something else. And I think your environment also sometimes can dictate how you behave.
Yes.
Because even though our traditional was in a hotel, the surrounding, it was like we could have been in a hall. It didn't really matter. But where we had our white wedding, I think even the aunties themselves, they were scared.
They had to respect
They
themselves.
we're in Sloane Square now. Let me just...
Let's respect
this person
ourselves.
say you can come this way. Okay, I'm coming. But if now they were in Deptford Town Hall, excuse me.
Asian Community Center. That's why people have come out from under. Rice and egg.
Oh my god.
So I think sometimes your environment can help. It doesn't dictate it all the time because people will still do whatever they want to do. But I definitely saw people were so well behaved at my white wedding. And I think it was just because it was an alien environment to them.
And I think as well, sorry to cut you short, it's how you carry yourself.
That's what I was going to say.
Most people see me, they don't see me as a caterer. They come to an event and they're expecting, sorry to say, a big woman, all tied up in wrapper and gele, and I've had people come to me that, where's your boss? Or who's running the show? And I'm like, I'm the one running the show. They're expecting an uneducated person to attend to them because it's food, which is what we had growing up. You know, a lot of us, coming from our background, from experience, they're looking for an uneducated fat woman behind a stove. But then they ask for the caterer and you come out looking all glam and all polished and all together. So it actually stops them in the track as well. They're like, okay, where do we start from? You're not going to walk up to me at an event and say to me, young girl, bring me a cooler of rice. I'll look at you like, you must be talking to someone behind me. So it's how they meet, how you carry yourself and how they perceive you as well. You know, I've heard people say different things. Oh, it can't be her. She's probably just a manager. It can't be her. She's probably just someone they brought in to just overshadow things. I'm like, no, I know the nitty-gritty of what I've done here today. You know, and I'm not going to touch it until I get the go-ahead from the bride and groom. There's snacks on the table. There are things you can nibble on. There are drinks out there that you can start with. When it comes to food service, I'll run the show. It's my show. So I'll tell you when you get fed, once I've been told when to feed guests. So.
Well, that's the thing, because even as a wedding planner or wedding coordinator, everybody at the wedding is also a wedding planner and a wedding coordinator.
Oh yes,
like
they are.
morning,
Definitely.
The bridesmaids are
Definitely
the coordinators. You know, so we're talking about relatives. We experience it from everybody. The bridesmaids, we obviously have a schedule that we put together, and we're there, and we're like, okay, you're next. Oh, well, what time does church start? Why are we doing our hair and makeup so early? you know, and then they'll be talking to each other,
Yeah.
and you just have to, you know, you have to remain professional. Like you said, don't allow emotions.
You have to turn a blind eye.
You have to remain professional, but also it's what you said, how you carry yourself. As a planner, you have to be confident, and you also have to be assertive.
Yeah.
But you also have to be very nice. Like, one thing that we pride ourselves on is being like nice people. You know, we want you to enjoy your day. So we're not trying to come in and be like,
not about
right,
us.
you here, you there, you everything. And like
the
you know,
argument.
we don't come in like that. We want to laugh with you. We want to enjoy the day with you.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm very much about building relationship with
Yeah.
the bridal party, with the family, you know, just saying nice things and making sure everybody's laughing from the morning. So that when I do say, okay, ladies, we need to go now, because we've already built a relationship, they know
They
that,
listen to you.
Yeah, it's like they now, okay, we know she's here to do a job, and we know
Yeah.
that she's not mean, so we're going to work with her to
Yeah.
make sure that the day does go well.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's very much about relationship with everybody, even the vendors. If you have a good relationship with the vendors, you're not going to have any problems.
Your day's going to
Yeah.
go
You
well.
know, so
It's
even
going to
when
go
we
smoothly.
might have an auntie arrive at the reception, and then she's coming in and she's looking around and she's trying to change things. Again, it's about building a relationship with that auntie, because it can go two ways. She can become very annoying and annoy you for the rest of the
day.
wedding, or you can actually get her to relax,
Yeah.
let her know that everything is under control. We have been paid to make sure that this wedding goes to plan, and that is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But also, she will be watching you. So as a planner, we're not going to just be sitting there and be, you know, we will make sure that everything
goes well.
is going well, you know, and, you know, that we're taking our job extremely seriously. And so what I've come to understand is families are not the enemy.
Yeah.
Like, they just want everything to go well,
Wow.
which is a
Yeah.
good thing. So even with the planning stages, when our couples are like, oh, my mum wants this, my dad wants this, I'm like, okay, let's see how we can actually accommodate.
Everyone's
because the wedding,
wishes.
as much as it's about yourself and your fiance,
Yeah.
we also know it's a family affair.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Instead of
is.
fighting and being stressed out,
Yeah.
what is it that mum wants?
Yeah.
She wants to do a dance with her friends. Okay, let's just put it in the schedule.
Yeah.
Let's just,
It makes it
let's-
easier.
No, but let me
makes it
explain.
easier. It
Because
does.
if that's all she wants and it's not going to disrupt the whole schedule
true.
and it's going to appease her, so she will now leave you alone to plan the rest of the wedding.
Yeah.
When you weigh
You
it
can
up,
give her 5 minutes.
exactly
Yeah.
another 9 months of stress or another 9 months of peace, just because she wants a little
It's
dance.
true.
So,
No, I really
as a wedding MC, sometimes I'm not very
Accommodating.
very.
No,
I
but
do not
on
have
the
time for
day,
every
it's too
great
late.
every idea that comes into
But
people's
Wale,
heads.
on the day, it's too late.
No, it's
So
too
that's
late.
why with the couple, we from the beginning, and we meet with the parents, we meet with everybody, so that we know what everybody's wants
But I
are.
also
And then we plan it in the schedule
Yeah.
so that they know it's happening.
Happening.
Now, obviously, there's people that will now come and say, oh, this person needs to give a speech, that person needs to give a speech. And sometimes they go straight to the MC without
Yes, they
coming
do.
to us.
Yeah.
And then the MC will then come to us and say,
Yeah.
this is what I've been told to do next.
Yeah.
I will look at my schedule. If it's not going to disrupt the whole thing, and it's just one person that flew in, you know, and then I will check with the bride and groom as well. And if they say yes, because sometimes, you know, I will be like, oh no, that can't happen. And then you ask the bride and groom, and they're like, no, it's okay. I want it to happen.
Yeah.
Again, it's not my day. And that could have been something that was actually very sentimental to them that I was trying to cut out.
To come.
Yeah.
So we have a very, very, very strict timetable that everybody works towards. But on the day, we can offer flexibility if it's something that the bride and groom possibly want. Go on.
I am flexible, but I am even when the bride and groom want something.
Oh my God.
I will still take it. No, because
You're being
I
paid
have
by
seen-
them,
the
remember?
reason why,
You wanna
the
go
reason
home?
why.
You want him to walk you out.
No, because I'm not like
wants
you.
to be finished
I
by
have
12.
seen-
No, he wants to be
It's
finished by
okay.
6
At 12.
so that he can enjoy the rest of the party.
But also,
You don't want to be thrown off schedule.
I don't want to be thrown off, and I also want to be sure that the people who want to do something, or maybe make a speech, or want to do something,
Yeah.
know what they're doing.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Simply because I've seen people where they've gone, oh, I want to say something, and the bride goes, oh yeah, let me say something, and they've come up and
I
said,
said, absolutely.
they've said something, and you've gone,
Some derogatory things.
no,
That shouldn't have happened.
that shouldn't have happened. I've seen a guy, because he didn't, and before you make a speech, I will come and meet you and tell you,
Are you
"You're making a
prepared?"
speech, this is where you're blah, 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 I'll give you time. So you get your act together. I've seen a guy at a wedding who mentioned the ex-girlfriend of the group
No.
because he was trying to make, because he didn't.
You were trying to make a joke out of it.
No, he mentioned, because if he didn't remember the bride's name, but it was the girl's name.
But it's on the invite.
No, because that's
He was nervous.
he was nervous, and that was I think he knew the ex before. That was it. Anyway, he mentioned, it's just, you know, it's a over talk.
Did you walk him out?
I didn't walk. We just stood there. All I heard from his table was, "Oh my God," and I knew that he's been. He went
shot
back to
himself
his
in the
seat.
foot.
I don't think he was ever invited to their house after. Obviously not. I don't want to mention names, but there's a certain wedding I did, and it's a prominent Lagos family, and they brought in one of the royal guys. Anyway, the guy decided he didn't know the bride and groom.
Oh, really?
He didn't
sometimes
know
they
the
don't.
bride and groom.
Sometimes they don't.
Fair enough, you don't know
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah.
you can make a general speech about weddings.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the speech he made. His speech was more political, more in 1965 when I met their father. You know, we went to, and he had 4 pages.
Oh.
He was reading 4 pages. And now, what do I do then?
Just give him the mic.
And
Get him
after
to
a
do your
while,
job.
I realized that he just kept on talking. I just realized that I'm going to have to shut this
I
down.
don't know if you've done traditionals.
Yeah.
Probably you've got planners doing traditionals as well, and then you've got white weddings. So I think it depends what you're organising in terms of how you deal with when people want to interrupt or interact. Because when it comes to the traditional, I had a schedule from A to Z. Did anybody follow it?
No.
That's
Like-
traditional.
But this is, yeah, and
You
that
should have been
really,
advised.
really, no, I was advised.
Okay.
But it was also I was conscious of time of the hotel and time of
Okay.
food and all of those things. So I tried to have a schedule so that certain things could run according to plan. But my own MC decided to go missing at one point.
Wow.
So he was supposed to direct people to do the food. My auntie started helping to serve some of the food, not because they wanted to, but because it started to get slightly, I wouldn't say messy, but there was just different things going on. So in an instance like that, if I had a professional MC at that time, I didn't. I had some uncle from Ghana. But if I had a professional MC at the time...
Okay, uncles from Ghana. Next time, you know something? Uncles from Ghana, can you stop taking my job? Yeah?
Can you just tell them to go to Wale?
You will like if I come to your work and start doing your job, yeah?
So
Sorry.
if I had a professional MC and, you know, perhaps they had looked at the schedule and saw, okay, no family members are supposed to be helping, but then my aunties are helping. In that instance, I would expect you to kind of use your common sense to think, okay, you know what, they're not actually really being divisive, they're actually doing something to help.
Yeah.
But I really think it's down to bride and groom and trying to manage expectations from family, bridesmaids, groomsmen, because that makes it so much easier for the vendors. When the people that you've brought into your wedding kind of understand how you want the day to run or what you want to happen. I think my mum wanted to do like 5 dances or something or something like that, and I was like, look, let's just do it once. Then, you know, my husband's family can come in, and then there was this whole big debate about they didn't want everyone to sit down and then get up to leave the room to come back in to dance because it looked messy. And what I found really helpful actually was one of the hotel coordinators, the first African wedding there. I was like, listen, this is how we do it, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
And he actually came up with some really good suggestions. He was like, you know what, why don't you have this? If this is what you do in your culture, why doesn't everyone sit down? Because he said it's kind of quite similar to how the Cypriots do their weddings. If they have someone who is not from their culture, people are more willing
To
it's
listen.
sad, but people are
You
more
listen.
willing to listen and abide by the rules. And to be honest, it really did help. You know, when they said, okay, now the bride's family's going to go out, they went out. Eddie did his thing, the groom's family, and it was chaotic but organised.
Organized,
Yeah.
yes.
And the families knew what they had to do. Everyone already knew their speeches. We said 5 minutes each, no longer. We had already managed expectations. But at the traditional, I didn't really manage expectations. So one uncle from this side came to say, thank you for the Guinness, everybody good night. Or something so random. Then, you know, when they were bringing me out, they were like, oh, one of my aunties was like, they bring, you know, decoy brides before they bring the real bride. We don't want this bride from China. We don't want this bride from Taiwan. And I was like, these are my friends. And, you know, some of them
Did
were...
they look like they were from...
No, they didn't.
Did it look like mail order brides?
And obviously to them it was a joke, but some of my friends who did it, some of them were West Indian, so they were like, are they trying to be rude to us? Or
They're
I'm
shading
thinking-
me or something.
But all of these things, I didn't manage any expectations at my traditional wedding. I knew how I wanted it to look aesthetically. I wanted this and that and that. But in
But you didn't know
terms
how
of
it was going to happen.
organisation and actually understanding that traditionals, families will do whatever they want to.
They will. They
White
will.
weddings, I think, you have a little bit more control, or at least vendors, I think, have a little bit more control,
Yes.
slightly.
Yeah.
But traditionals or white weddings where I'd say they kind of incorporate the traditional aspect also, I find it harder because being a guest at some of these weddings, I found them very disorganized. And when you attend a disorganized wedding as a guest, you then follow suit. I've been to a wedding where I knew they weren't supposed to serve the food, but the caterers were now laying the table, so we just took some meat pie. Because we were hungry, but it was disorganized. So we kind of took advantage of that. Even though I've been to weddings, I know you don't eat before the bride and groom come. But the caterers were now sweating and now laying the table and now like trying to sort out the buffet. So we were like, just take some meat pie and let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how do you, as a wedding planner, because the MC I get to notice it too. I don't know if caterers get to notice it. Is the wedding politics. Now, when I mean family politics, maybe the bride's family is richer than the groom's family, and they sometimes bring that. You
Into
can see
it.
you can see that there is a problem
Yes, there is.
rising here, or they just maybe one family is trying to like
Outshine the other
outshine
one.
the other one and dominate the whole thing. Now, as the wedding planner, I'm sure whose demand do you have to listen to? Because as the MC, sometimes I have to go, okay, this is what's happening here now. This is what I'm going to do. If I give this person 5 minutes to do something, this family 5 minutes to do something, I have to give this family also 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And or who you call first, you have to realize that you're playing this
This game.
this balance game that you didn't want to play it, but now they brought you into it.
So
But
you
your
have to
job
just
now
do
is-
it
your
to
job
balance
is
it
to
out,
make
manage it.
I've had people go, oh, maybe the reason why I didn't call our family first because we were not the one that paid him. You're like, no, that's not what that was the
No.
I didn't do that, or maybe because he thinks we don't have money. And like, no, that's
Got nothing to do with it.
Or I've had cases where the bride's the groom's mom is actually maybe she that's our only son and she wants to show.
Yeah.
Now it's your job. You have to kind of go, well, mommy, madam, I know that's your son getting married, but it's not your wedding, so you can't outshine the bride. You have to. So your job as the MC sometimes you go because you realize that she's showing too much in the whole scene.
Yes, she is.
So your job is to kind of just
Take her out of it.
nicely just nudge the bride back into
Into the picture.
into the picture because madam, I think you've forgotten that if you want to get married again, go to your wedding. It's not. So it's. I realize that sometimes. I know you said earlier about being their friends, building relationships. I sometimes try not to be. I'm friendly, but I almost don't want to be your friend. Because if I'm your friend, then I care. Then I start to worry about.
But your
little
job is
things.
different,
So
though.
mine, yeah.
She's there from the
From
the start to the end.
So
So she has to get to know them. She has to build a rapport with them, whether she likes you or not.
And then I can also manage my expectations, so I will know
Who's the troublemaker? Who's the smart one? And who's the intelligent one? Who's the one that's going to give you this trouble out of the bridesmaids? Who's the one that's going to complain a lot?
Yeah.
So she has to know everyone for who they are.
Yeah.
So when the trouble
And know how to
arises,
handle
or when
them. It's
yes,
about emotional intelligence. It's very important.
Yeah,
Knowing how to handle everybody. Yeah.
Quick one. I've had on the schedule. We're gonna do this game, and they said, okay, we're gonna do it. And next thing, I called the bride and groom, and next thing I went, okay, you take off I think it was the shoe game. You take off your shoes, and the groom said, no, I'm not doing it. Now you're in front of everyone. You're stopped there. So what do you do? So you don't have to. So your job is to make sure you don't get emotional. You just really the emotional part of me is supposed to grab the guy and go, my friend, why do you take off your shoes? But now you don't get emotional. You get you go, okay, this has happened. Next step. Next step. You think. So if you're dealing with intrusive parents or whatever relatives, you look at them in the eye and you say you just look at them and you say what you know.
Yes.
You let them know you are convinced. You do not shake and go, oh no. Because if
Yeah.
you hesitate,
That's
you're
it.
in trouble.
That's
You're in
it.
trouble. They pay.
They will know that
look
you
at
don't know what
them
you're
and
doing.
you let them know this is why. And you give them reasons too. You just go, no. You give them reasons why you think it. And if you're good enough, they kind of go, okay.
That makes sense.
And that makes sense. And they step back.
Yes.
But you cannot hesitate. You cannot go,
Maybe.
no. Maybe you have to know what. So with experience, that would come over experience because you will make mistakes. But over time, you get with years in the
You'll
business,
know
you
how
just
to handle. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is what this makes sense. This doesn't make sense. Not gonna get emotional. Sometimes I won't lie. I said don't get emotional. Sometimes I do. Sometimes. I won't lie to you. I've told somebody, let's go outside.
Oh my God, Lally.
At somebody's wedding.
Because sometimes, no, the one
I didn't
I've
say
also-
he's human now.
The one I've said is,
I'd say from being a real bride, I think the responsibility, a large bit of the responsibility lies with you and your husband to be, or vice versa. I think if you can manage expectations based on the event that you're having and understand that maybe if you're having a traditional, maybe certain things aren't going to go your way. So maybe pick your battles.
Yes.
And also try and inform your vendors of the battles that you're willing to lose.
Yes. Very
Then
good.
it makes it it makes it more helpful for them. And your white wedding, I would say definitely have a schedule. And I think as long as everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing, there shouldn't be too much intrusion. Because I think now, especially in the Western world now, or even, people having destination weddings in hotels, and they're not generally just in halls where there's no stipulations anymore.
Yeah.
People are managed by their environment anyway.
Yeah.
So from the bride and groom, it's up to you.
Yes.